Okay, abusia be makọ abasonko so ereba POG Media so abusia yembonra yensem lawyer Matin Kpebu and Mr. Roxin Dafimako ono oye NDC MP Afenyo Makes wa ya chinenim so ye kasa enim guase a lawyer Matin Kpebu ene sa MP Roxin Egu Afenyo Makes live on television no enye asem keto akra heated argument bi so a ebusuya lawyer Matin Kpebu ene NDC MP a friend Roxin Dafimako omo a expose Afenyo Makes live on television ebusuya main argument no there ekwan a efa so ema argument ne bai na ebusuya mo yanko na yankonkoti ensema so about Afenyo Makes militaries are or they a bon home by no a honsem ena it say omo ka eno no afa so amom they are expose Afenyo Makes eguna ni masia enye asem keto apa yes em mo yanko na yankonkuti na asa na ebeko no o ensem kan bi afa share your comment section like share ma afofron so ensa into me enka bi POG Media so madam ase.
Good morning to
for
your guest.
Right. So, first of all, I understand there's an intervention you want to make on a specific matter or a statement that was made earlier?
Yes, please.
Right.
So, first of all, I think I've been watching your program. It's on my first. I watched. And a moment ago, the majority chief whip insinuated about 50 military men accompanying the former majority leader. Well, he decided to insinuate without mentioning the name. But my respected colleague Matin Kpebu now throws in my name. With the greatest respect, let us be fair in the way we drop people's names and attack them. I have not had a 50 military convoy. Godfrey Dami has never had a 15 military convoy following him. Indeed, it is true. And Dami did not deny that as an attorney general, he did not have a police officer as his bodyguard. He requested to have a soldier. And he said that the record, his predecessors, some of them did have a soldier as a bodyguard, and he opted to have a bodyguard. It's a matter of fact, Dami stated so in his vetting as an attorney general. He said, yes, it is true. Now, let's deal with the issue of the office and the privileges attached there too.
Okay.
I do not want to go into matters of Honorable Ayarika because I want to respect him. He's not on the program. But I want to plead with God, the Fiamapo, with the greatest respect to him. We are leaders. I came to be a leader in February 2024. What has been arranged or whatever that was part of leaders, they had been approved by Parliamentary Service Board long before I became a leader. Now, if he wasn't going to say so, he uses the word, some leaders enter Parliament ceremoniously. I own up, and I was not the first to be using a dispatch. From Harun Idrisu's time, from Benjamin Kumwa's time, majority leader and minority leader, they are assigned a dispatch rider because of the nature of their work. You may be needed here, you have to move here, you have to move there. This has been in practice for over 13 or 14 years before I became a majority leader. Had it, my colleague Akuffo, that is dispatch rider. And the minority caucus is assigned that. The majority is assigned that. And he knows that. So if you come on a public and national television, You come and insinuate. Why? What is it all about? Look, we've seen what is happening. We've seen this before. When power changes, all manner of people say all manner of things to politicians and activists. But with time, you would have to verify and be sure whether what they are telling you is true. The last time on your program, a respected minister of state also came to say that, there is a company which was being paid some 250 million at ECG, and Afenyo Matin is paying. I kept quiet. I decided not to respond. But the right time has come to respond to that issue.
And you had it on. No, I'm coming. You're saying you
yes, on your program.
On my program.
Let me mention his name. Honorable Sam George. I have the video with me.
No.
Honorable Sam, that was after the election.
No,
I watched it because I watched Xp0sěy a lot.
Wait. So you said because you are making specific reference to this program, and that's why I am questioning you on it.
I am bringing that one to just let you know that consistently.
So no.
Consistently.
You because you make reference to a particular. I'm coming. Because you make reference to a particular statement that was made, and you're saying on this program, maybe it would have been on the network, but then you are making reference to this program.
No.
But I want us to deal with one issue.
I can send it to your producer.
One issue after the other, because you make reference to. No, you are responding to Nelson Ross statement earlier. You're saying that this courtesy is extended to all leaders. Is that the case that you never had any military protection at any point whatsoever?
Listen to the statement. Young man, with the greatest respect.
No, my name is Alfred Okanse.
Alfred.
Yes.
Alfred, listen to me with the greatest respect. The man said that some leaders, some months ago, had 50 military men in a convoy following. These were his words.
Yes, and I questioned him on that, right?
Can we finish? Excuse me. Can we finish? The man said that somebody had 50 military men. His words, 50. He didn't mention a name. Mm-hmm. You pushed him. He didn't mention a name. Then Mr. Matin Kpebu drops my name. I am saying that I have never had 50 military men in convoy following me. I do not move with a military convoy of 50.
Well said.
I've answered you on that. Next. He again claims that former leaders, they come in ceremoniously for people to know that they are in. And I'm telling you that he wasn't bold enough to say exactly what he wanted to say. But I also know, in front we say, so I know where he's driving to.
Okay.
And I'm calling, wait, let me respond to that. I'm finishing my point, unless you don't give me the opportunity.
No, you're finishing your point. Finish your point.
When it comes to leaders having a dispatch, it is something I came to meet.
Right.
And his own leaders in opposition had a dispatch rider. And they bring them in, they take them out for meetings. And it's because of the nature of the work. Indeed, it is assigned to the caucus, save that it is for the leader's office. Now, there are things that he doesn't know with respect to the office of the majority leader that I know. I will not say them because the majority leader is not on the platform, but I will protest to his boss and say, look, these are the things that I believe is happening that I'm not happy about.
Okay.
If I should talk about privileges that the majority leader is enjoying now that he doesn't know, I will be unfair to him. So I would hold my horses. But I want to plead with
No, gentlemen, hold on.
He should know that he's in leadership. And that these things. He can do his politics, but he should be careful when he's trying to make a general statement, throwing things out. If you do that, what you are trying to say is to court public anger against certain persons when shame is unwarranted. And I do not think that it's appropriate.
Okay. So I think that's the main other reason why you are on the line and haven't also responded and clarified this particular point. Honorable Nelson Roxanne Afenyo, this is directly to you. And I questioned whether that was the case. He's joined on the line and clarified that there are privileges extended to leadership, and he doesn't move around with a military convoy. That defeats the point you were making earlier.
At all. I made a point and place it in context.
What context exactly?
The context was that present appointees, including my cohort of leadership in Parliament, we don't ride around with sirens. And I cited a few examples. Yes, it's seen it prudent to come and clarify. But it doesn't dismiss the point that sometime in the immediate past or before now, some leaders enter Parliament ceremoniously. If I use ceremoniously, I believe it's English language that everybody must understand. Mm. And I also reference the immediate past Attorney General. Even as a Deputy Attorney General, I have encountered them in court. These are not things. Hold on.
Yes, but he explained why.
Okanse,
okay.
Please permit me.
No, I'll permit you, but he explained why.
We are placing this matter in a certain context. The pressure it places on the public purse. That's what we are talking about.
Okay.
How the public purse or public officers have been encouraged, have been implored, have been advised by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to live frugally, to live modestly, to show that we are here to serve the people. This were the context we're describing. Okay. And I placed myself in a juxtaposed position,
right,
to what has happened before. And I cited the AG's example. Oh. And I will not shy away from that, because the AG, I have encountered him in court in 2017, 2018 as a DAG, when his colleague was Menka Jindiok.
Okay.
When he entered court, I saw the fanfare with which he came. Hold on. Mm-hmm. I saw the number of military men who sat in his vehicle and sometimes in another vehicle.
And you are saying 15. Like Matin says, that is not the case.
Okanse, listen to me. As DAG, he had a military escort. Yes. As a Deputy Attorney General, he should issue a statement and deny it.
Oh, but we saw them.
Hold on. Hold on.
In court, that
no,
one.
Hold on.
That is not in doubt.
It is in doubt. Hold on.
I don't think Afenyo said it is not. That is not the case. It's the number that you mentioned.
Can I finish?
Finish.
I built my case. So that was why when he was appointed into the substantive office, when the mandate of Nana Akuffo was renewed, His Excellency was renewed for a second term, and he was elevated from being a DAG to AG, this issue cropped up at vetting.
Excellent.
And he admitted to having a military escort as a DAG.
That's right.
When he got confirmed, the numbers increased.
To one.
If you have two Land Cruisers fully occupied by soldiers front and back, how many would they be?
And your own car, you have one.
How many would they be? Okanse. So we all can defend and provide reasons, but these are matters in a certain context. I am making the point that as I speak on authority, my Attorney General, Dr. Ini, is not riding to office in a military convoy. That is the point I'm making. So I have every right. So I have every right to juxtapose his conduct of Professor Ini in a parallel juxtaposition to the conduct of the man who hesited 2 months ago. I have every right to do that.
Well,
because these matters have a certain bearing on the public purse. And I mentioned the case of the electoral commissioner.
okay.
When Charlotte Osei was in office, she wasn't riding to the office in a military convoy. But the president wants.
Okay, but
So these are matters.
I get the point.
These are matters. These are matters. Look, I have seen videos. I've seen videos of other ministers
but
in the
in
previous
fairness,
administration in a military convoy.
Okay, in fairness, because
So
you make a specific.
so the
fairness,
numbers. Hold on, the numbers may not be permanent, but I've seen videos that portray that number.
You see, that's what the issue. If you consider the numbers are not permanent, then it cannot be a basis for a generalized statement.
That is why I didn't mention his name.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
good. But then in fairness,
no.
when you made the statement,
Hold on. He said he is owning up, and he spoke fancy.
Yes.
That Ekutia ni niwura. So he says Ekutia na meme boy no etwino. So he's responding. I'll be glad if he can tell us that, oh, I had 3, I had 4. Then he can place the matter in a certain context. Or on occasions, I had this number for the sake of the occasion. They were not permanent. We can understand. But I'm conveying a certain culture as it is today. Which against those that I saw before.
I think that point is well made.
Thank you.
What I'm saying is he himself acknowledges that when you make that you made that statement, you didn't mention his name. It was lawyer Martin Kpebu who went ahead to mention his name. And I said that in that context and in all fairness, he has come to respond that he doesn't move around with 50.
He doesn't move with them at all. Yes. The 50, that's the problem.
So that is where that in fairness has to be underscored. And I need to round up this very quickly.
He's my leader in parliament. He's my leader in parliament. So I agree that perhaps I went a bit too far.
Yes.
But they had escorts.
Okay, great.
They had escorts.
Yes.
Yes,
I can hear you.
If Roxton can give me the space because the voice is echoing. It makes it difficult for me to communicate.
No, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Thank you very much. You see, I'm only asking for fairness. And Roxton, with the greatest respect, you are also in public life. If you wouldn't take this opportunity to retract honorably, and you think you can.
I think you heard him. He just said he went too.
No, he has not. He went further to say that, okay, I should come and say whether I had 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. I've stated emphatically that I have never moved in a military convoy. Simplistic.
You've never moved in a military convoy?
I do not move in military convoy. I've never moved in a military convoy. How much more should I explain this? It's language, English, he said. If he now is trying to insinuate further, I will leave it to him. But let me say this, if I have the privilege of expressing this on your platform, that when there is change in government, all manner of things are said. I heard Afenyo making a point that, he was in Akuffo this time, upon assumption of office, there were promises, and eventually certain relatives came into play and things that don't happen. We are watching. Sometimes in this public service that we all talk about, a minister, and I'll give you an example. Let's say a minister of education. Now he has assumed office. He is now in his early days. There may be a time that the minister of education will have programs here, there, people inviting for official programs. Sometimes you are needed at cabinet. You are in your office. You are needed in parliament because there's a particular matter to address. And then once you are in parliament, you are needed also in cabinet, or the president needs you on an important matter. These are things that I think that politicians we should even be bold and discuss with the public that these are some of the reasons why we will need certain privileges to be annexed to the office, not as pleasure or leisure, but then we will need it. You are supposed to deliver a speech in Akosombo, and then from Akosombo you have to come back, represent the president, a funeral somewhere, you're going to the east, you have to come to the west. I'll give you an example of a day where I started from Accra. I went to Ebri. From Ebri, I had to now come back to Accra, go to Akosombo. From Akosombo, I was supposed to be in Winnipeg around 4 p.m. And all these were important programs, not personal, that I was required to attend. So I am saying that even apart from this, Irene, you remember that Honorable Ayeni, when we were amending the road traffic regulation thing, they included MPs in Irene in the exemption, if you recall, which became a real public outcry. It was one of the considerations that all the MPs raised it that, look, there are times that your program, you are going for a workshop, going for a training program, you are needed in Parliament. So this day the MPs cannot have a dispatch rider, at least if they would have their siren on, so that in such situations they could maneuver. I believe that as public officers in the political class, we can raise this and explain. Yes, the public purse is an issue, but then equally, if we are able to lay the foundation well and explain it to activists like Afenyo, you would understand that, oh, okay, it doesn't mean that when you see a police dispatch rider, it means that he is just abusing his office. Now let's deal with the IGP issue. The IGP issue that IGP does not use a dispatch rider.
You made specific responses. I think the point is well made. The point is well made, and I understand that you talk about the need for a convoy to specific functions and occasions. So it's an occasional courtesy extended. The concern is when it becomes permanent and regular and superfluous. That's where the issue is. So that's why I want us to distinguish between the two. They are two very different situations.
Help me. Let me. I would want to stay on that point. You see, I think that if it is given to your office as a Minister of Energy, Minister of National Security, Minister of Interior, it's such that your official assignment will require you to be on point and do certain things in a certain way. It has to be assigned to the office. It is not a matter of as and when you need. You call, say, IGP or call the Jubilee that, oh, I need this. No. But then we should also argue that it should be utilized in a manner that does not become a nuisance to the public. That I agree.
Okay.
That I agree.
Okay.
We must not use that to create nuisance.
Right. So at least you agree with that point. I think that's really a point well made. It's also about the number. The numbers has always been an issue as well.
When you say numbers, what do you mean exactly?
So, for instance,
if you say somebody in a convoy, when you say convoy, a minister of state going to his office may have his 4-wheel or may use his saloon. If the minister requires additional security, and I'm being hypothetical here, you may request for additional security, which will mean that one car following you. Let me talk about my very situation. I would look, depending on the occasion, would want to have a personal security, maybe constituency program. As for constituency program, you are going with some people because at the constituency function, you will need your personal security to provide some security. Or maybe you're going for a rally.
I see. And with that, have you ever requested the military protect you in that instance?
Young man, Mr. Okansi, we have called this long ago. If you want me to discuss my office as majority leader, I'll be happy to come to your
as a minority, as a minority leader. No, hold on.
You don't let them be asking questions that have you ever? No, I won't answer
okay.
question.
So
I'm able to come to your program.
Well, you make some time.
If you want me to discuss my activities, I'll be able to do that.
Certainly.
But let us deal with the issue at stake. And then also call on Honorable Mr. Matin Kpebu to withdraw that, statement he attributed to me. I don't think that it is fair. Throwing people's names and doing certain things, it doesn't happen.
So since you
we are
made
all
the
in this
point
together. If I do something wrong, you can criticize me. But this insinuation and attack, I think that it doesn't create mutual respect at all, in my view.
Okay, so your point is well made, and I think that you know my name, and so
Mr. Okansi, yes, Alfred Okansi.
So I wondered why you kept referring to me as a young man. That's why.
Oh, sorry. I apologize to you. Please take it as an unreserved apology from me. I'm so sorry, Alfred Okansi. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please.
Thank you.
Please.
Right.
Please, Alfred. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Well noted. And Council, no. Let's please. Senor. No, but I think that the Honorable Afenyo, sorry, made the point that you acknowledge that to some extent that I think you made it the last.
Yes, I said that he's my leader, and I may have crossed the line a bit.
Okay.
So for that, I apologize.
Right.
But these were matters I was saying in a general context, and I was just opposing conduct before now with conduct that is ongoing. So yes, if what is due him, I sought to see it as an abuse, I apologize. But I'm saying the issue is not about the occasional use. If my leader goes from Ekwapem to Somanya to Akuffo back to Efutu with a motorcade because he needs the alacrity of movement to be able to touch at all these programs of state, so it's fine.
I don't agree.
It's acceptable, but the issue is about everyday abuse. Nearly every minister of some standing in the previous government had a motorcade.
Okay,
well, that's not
that I don't accept.
Right.
Look, you understand? And these were the things deputy ministers had motorcade. These are the issues I'm saying that it is not happening in respect of my colleagues in government.
Listen,
and I have every power to, I have every right to speak to it.
1 second.
Yes.
Before Kasi, look, let's have a date next Saturday. Let Afenyo come here. People say, look, listen. It's true that Afenyo was moving with military convoy, and among the team of soldiers was my own cousin. Please, let him come here next week.
We'll respond to that. Let's
let him come in here.
Senor,
he will submit the names.
Right.
Let Afenyo come here next Saturday, and we'll show him the names.
One for me.
Okay, Abusia, we need and some of course. Marcasa Muhu arguments na of course no. Lawyer Martin Kpebu or there Afenyo say opa Ombra sa show so Saturday or man a list of soldiers omo edine chia Afenyo empese or bediatum. Yabada masa some je pune kokoti sa audio we edi my POG Media so.